For part B, this is our function, which is gx. So let's start with finding the vertical asymptote using vex t. VA stands for vertical asymptote. Next, we have A. To find the value of A, let your denominator equal to 0. If you square both sides, you will still get x squared minus 9 equal to 0. And hence, by solving, you'll get x equal to positive negative 3. So note that here we have two values of x equal to positive 3 and x equal to negative 3. So this means that you need to consider x approaching positive 3 from the right and the left, and also x approaching negative 3 from the right and the left hand side. For the third step is the small x. So since x is positive negative 3, for this step you just need to write x equal to negative 3 and x equal to 3 are the vertical asymptotes. Since we have two values of x, we're gonna have two values of vertical asymptote. And the final step is your table. First column is x, left hand side, right hand side, and conclusion. So, let's start with x approaching positive 3 first. This means that we're gonna consider x approaching positive 3 from the right hand side and x approaching positive 3 from the left hand side. This is your x-axis, and here we have 3. So we're going to approach it from the left hand side first. So here we're going to get limit x approaching 3 from the left hand side, and the function is gx. So we know that gx is this function. If we substitute x equal to 3 into x, you will get 3 over square root of 3 squared minus 9, and you know that this is 0. Since only the denominator is 0, you need to find whether this is 0 plus or 0 minus. So from the left hand side, let's take the value 2.9. So substitute 2.9 into x squared minus 9. And you'll get negative 0.59. Therefore, this is 0 minus. So, you know that this is a negative value. And a square root of any negative value is undefined. Therefore, our denominator will become undefined, and hence, there is no answer. So, for the left-hand side, there is no limit. Now, let's do for the right-hand side. X is approaching 3 from the right-hand side. So, we're gonna have the limit of gx as x approaching 3 from the right-hand side. And we know that gx is this one. As per usual, substitute x equal to 3 into gx. So, we will get 3 over square root 3 squared minus 9, and we know that this is 0. Since only the denominator is 0, you need to check whether it is 0 plus or 0 minus. So from the right hand side of 3, let's pick 3.1. So substitute 3.1 into x squared minus 9. And you'll get 0.61, which is 0 plus. So this is 0 plus. And recall that a square root of 0 plus is just 0 plus. This is case 3, where the answer is always infinity. 3 is positive, 0 plus is also positive. Therefore, the final answer is positive infinity. So, do we still need to do the conclusion now? The answer is no. The reason is that we still need to consider x equal to negative 3. So let's do negative 3 here. In this column, we're talking about the left-hand side. Say that we have the x-axis and this is -3. X approaching -3 from the left-hand side means that we need to find limit of gx as x approaches -3 minus. Substitute gx. Substitute x equal to -3 into x. So you'll get -3 over square root of -3 squared minus 9. And you know that this is actually 0. Only the denominator is 0. So check whether it is 0 plus or 0 minus. So from the left hand side, just be careful with negative value. This is your x-axis. So 0 is here. And hence from the left hand side is going to be -3.1. So substitute -3.1 into x squared minus 9. And the answer is 0.61. And hence this is 0 plus. This is actually just 0 plus. Case 3 means that the final answer is infinity. -3 is negative, 0 plus is positive, and hence the final answer is -infinity. So that's for the left hand side. For this column here, we are talking about the limit of the right hand side. So let's look at this one. X is approaching -3 from the right hand side. So here we're gonna write down this, and we already know gx. Now substitute x equal to -3 into x, and we will get -3 over square root of -3 squared minus 9. And this is just 0. So determine whether this is 0 plus or 0 minus. So x is approaching -3 from the right hand side. So we're going to take -2.9. So substitute -2.9 into x squared minus 9. And the answer is -0.59. So this is 0 minus. And we know that a square root of negative value is always undefined. And hence the final answer is undefined. So now we can make our conclusion for x equal to 3 and x equal to -3. So for x equal to +3, we have undefined and positive infinity. As long as you can see infinity, whether it is positive or negative, it doesn't matter. X equal to 3 is a vertical asymptote. So we know that x equal to 3 is a vertical asymptote. But we're not done yet. What about x equal to -3? We have negative infinity and undefined as well. So as long as you have infinity, doesn't matter if it is negative or infinity, negative or positive, sorry. This means that x equal to -3 is also a vertical asymptote. So we have shown that both of them are vertical asymptote. So just copy down this statement into here. So for this question, we have two vertical asymptotes, which are x equal to -3 and x equal to 3. To find the horizontal asymptote, we're going to apply high T. HA is horizontal asymptote. I means infinity. So x is approaching positive infinity and x is approaching negative infinity. Y equal to something is the horizontal asymptote. And lastly, the last step is T, which is your table. So we're going to have 4 columns. For the first column, x is approaching positive or negative infinity. So just write it like this. Next, we have left hand side. So this is your x-axis. And we need x approaching positive and negative infinity. As x approaching the left-hand side, x is approaching negative infinity. So here it is limit of gx as x approaching negative infinity. Substitute gx. If you substitute x equal to negative infinity into x, you'll get infinity over infinity. So this is case 5. So apply case 5 here. Therefore, for the left-hand side, we're gonna get negative 1. Let's do the same thing for the right-hand side. As x approaching the right-hand side, x is approaching positive infinity, and hence this is limit of x over square root of x squared minus 9 as x approaching positive infinity. Substitute x equal to positive infinity into x, and this will give you infinity over infinity, which is case 5, hence solve as per usual. And hence, for the right hand side, we're gonna get 1. Left hand side is -1, right hand side is 1. Note that the answers are the values of y. So here we're gonna get two values of y equal to -1 and y equal to 1. So they will become our horizontal asymptote. So write it in this conclusion. Therefore, y equal to -1 and y equal to 1 are the horizontal asymptotes. So you can see that for this question, we have two answers for horizontal asymptotes.